Hey, greetings everyone, it's GleeCon, and I'm back again. Oh, now it's loaded it correctly. Bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you so much for tuning in. On our last episode, we got pretty darn near finishing Tirisfal Glades as our final starting zone. This is our, don't blink, and you might, if you squint, maybe it's a Forsaken, but no, psych, it's really a Tauren, so stay a while and listen as we finish Tirisfal Glades. My apologies for having an unscripted no video yesterday. I remember that we left this off here in the Scarlet Watch post. So we need to go back and turn that in. We really are so close to finishing, but we got a couple things to do. Yeah, I'm in very serious crunch time at work. I've already probably put in 25 hours or so this week. And it's only Tuesday, with a lot more in sight. So I kind of underestimated my level of tiredness going into the responsibilities of the week. But I will try my best to either, if not make it up, at least to not miss another this week. So last time we came up here, we cleared out the guys at that cabin, or whatever. We're gonna do this next. We're with the Scarlet Crusade. Let's look at our, as we walk, let's look at our spreadsheet and see where we're at. Yeah, so we finished off that. We also picked up that Power to Destroy. So we're doing this. We also have the Family Crypt. And then, yeah, this is it. There's going to be no extra... Oh, man, I swam. I guess we're taking the swimming route. This will end this one. Then we just need to do the Family Crypt and then make our way into Silverpine. And then we're going to pick up the other quests for Ragefire Chasm so that tomorrow we can run Ragefire Chasm. Tomorrow's a big day at work. It's one of my big crunch times. Tons of prep for that today. But yeah, we're going to continue prepping on this world, this much more fun world, with finishing these quests. So this will end our war with the Scarlet Crusade for now. The Family Crypt is, I guess we gotta kill Dargle? I don't even know who Dargle is. Let's see if that gives us any... It says Captain Dargle is the local military leader, a skeleton. And he is the one who, I guess, attacked, maybe? But he's the one that's been using necromancy to raise the people of the Agman Mills back to fight us all. So I guess ostensibly by killing him, we're going to truly end the Scourge threat at Agman Mills. If we pretended that we lived in a fantasy world where our actions actually made a lasting difference. Which, that's one of the cool things, I think. It's a pro and a con, a double-edged sword that comes out of Wrath of the Lich King and beyond, is you start to get this phasing concept. You actually get it a little bit in Burning Crusade too. But they try to make that feeling happen that your actions do make a lasting difference in some way. But then that creates all kinds of issues for players trying to quest together and things of that nature.
You have done extremely well, adventurer. With ruthless fighters like you conquering in the name of the Forsaken, our race is one step closer to defeating Arthas once and for all. I have a good feeling about you, comrade.
We are one step closer. That still puts us a lot of steps away. Alright, so let's go sweep the Agman Mills as well. We should easily be able to handle it. My wife said, my wife just texted me and said she's at work. She says she feels so sick. She feels like she might throw up, so hopefully she's okay. I wonder what that's about. My dog's been kind of weird and sick lately too, so I know there's not too many diseases that are like communicable between the two. She might have, I mean, I don't know what she ate. Maybe we all ate the same dinner last night, so probably not that. I mean, I'm getting a little bit old for the old pregnancy scare thing, so, yikes. I don't know if I want to hit reset at this point in my life. That would definitely change a lot. Now I'm just doing like the 1,000-yard stare like a baby. I would imagine it would be just some kind of, maybe she has a stomach bug. My dog really has been really weird. He hasn't been eating a lot. He's biting his tail. A lot of the times they say that like that could be a sign of like worms or something. But he's on medicine, like he takes his meds. But I wonder, and then I mean, my wife's not the kind of person that like kisses the dog. Like some people go in for those dog kisses. My wife, not like that at all. She thinks that's gross. So it would be weird if it was like somehow communicated from the dog to her. Not impossible though. But yeah, definitely weird. So hopefully Lady Gleekon feels better, but maybe I'll be getting a cameo from her. I'm going to bed early tonight. I have to go to work super early tomorrow. And this is like my trial run. I got a couple days to get everything in order before I'm in full-on state audit mode. Alright, so we've got to kill Wailing Ancestors and Rotting Ancestors. Probably, I imagine those are... Wailing Ancestors, we've already killed one. That's like a ghost. Rotting Ancestors, I'm guessing, is a zombie. And then we're going to be killing... that guy, that necromancer skeleton, Dargle. So let's just check and see where it goes. I can already see a Wailing Ancestor from here. We gonna fight it real good. What level are we? We're 16 too, so I don't even know what I should do on these. Should I even waste a flame shock? Alright, that's our first kill. Yep, here is a zombie. A rotting... Oh, it's actually worth XP. This says it's all good. WoW is like a... This person says, I've been addicted. This other person says, WoW is like a job for most of us here. I definitely... I get it. I don't disagree. I get on here and grind. Although my grind is different. I'm not grinding for rep or... end game gear, raid ready gear. I grind to make sure that this content is out there regularly. But it's still a grind. We all, you know, just like at a rail job, there's lots of different roles to play. He's hitting me with some kind of weird poison, but then doesn't appear to have like any kind of lasting effect. So. I mean, we're doing fine even with the XP. Oh, that one's hitting me with a Wailing Dread, which is a temporary debuff. My life is getting low. I guess we should go in there and heal the dude in the crypt there. And then worry about on the way out. And we already have the Undercity quest. So, yeah, I was gonna say, I think we're gonna draw two. But yeah, we already have the Undercity quest for Ragefire Chasm. And we will hearth. Rude. Okay. I could really use a upgrade to my healing. Yeah, I'm glad that we saved some kills since we're going to have to be killing so much to get in here. probably gonna have to drink some water too. Yeah, it will be nice to gain some more moves in our kit. Definitely, especially when we get our what do you call it? Our two-handed weapon. That'll be cool. I mean, our defense will go down. Yeah, that's already 7 out of 8. I'm a little worried I'm going to draw that Wailing Ancestor if I pull this guy. Sounded like it did, yep. Pull 2. Oh man. That is unfortunate. Should have done healing right there. That was a pretty bad move on my part. Yep, we're cool. Okay, we got another one. Okay, I can't afford to do any more spells, and I'm about to lose. I need to save this for healing. We just gotta go all out. Okay. Alright, so that was definitely sketch. Go ahead and drink a water. Do I have any? Yeah, I'll eat that cheese. I could have ate that mushroom too, but when I eat the cheese, it's like the mama's milk. I should put my buffs on because my life is worse off than my mana, so I would have drank both. Alright. Another Wailing Ancestor. Uh-oh. Let's drop this at least. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to drop that Searing one because it's too sketchy with what it pulls, but this Stone Skin Totem really does help. Ooh. Can't use swords, dang it. Alright. You think I can pull this guy? What do you guys think, huh? Without pulling the scombies? Because I don't need any more scombies. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I had the dot. Pretty good though. Alright, we got him. We got his skull. Actually, that's it. We've killed everything we needed to kill. Now it's just a matter of eloping with our hooves. We are skedaddling. Alright, we killed everything. We killed all the ghosts. We killed all the zombies. Gained a little bit of XP. Now we're going to turn that in and buff it down to Silverpine. Then after that, we are going to Hearthstone to Thunder Bluff, where we will pick up the 2 of the quests. Let me go ahead and check off that we finished at War with the Scarlet Crusade 4. And then let's also put that we turned it in here. We need a couple more. Work. Spreadsheets. So many spreadsheets. Oh my. Yeah, so there is a, like, they put this out, like, yesterday I got an email in the saga, the ever-growing professional saga. They're doing a, I wouldn't exactly, it's not exactly a job fair, but it's basically like, hey, everyone that's qualified for, like an upper-level management position, you know, somebody up there must want a feather in their cap, and they're pushing an initiative for like in-house growth because we do have a lot of problem with like hiring from without for promotions and stuff. So there's like this, it's almost like a job fair. It's like, we're going to have a meeting for everyone that's really qualified. You have to have worked at the company for X number of years. You have to have X number of degrees. You have to have that are pretty specific. You have to have a couple different certifications that are pretty specific. You have to, within the company, have like management, leadership experience, for X number of years. You have to have a manager recommend, like you have to have all these things. So when I was reading my wife the list of, which I have all that stuff, when I was reading my wife the list of it, she's like, what is there going to be like 5 people at this job fair? Like, so I hope even less. We'll see. The guy that got the job over me, his job's also posted, but I don't really want it. I don't want his job. It would be like a lateral pay move, maybe even a slight pay cut for more hours, and I'd be moving into a department. There's a reason why that guy left that department. It's a department that I hate. I covered in it this year as one of my multiple jobs when that person quit. But also they're in a couple months, they're like firing every single person under that guy because of budget cuts. So that role is going to be responsible for like doing the job for every single department. It sounds terrible. So I'm good. But we'll see. I already told my wife that the only way I would even consider it is if I knew it was going to be opening up. But I told her, I was like, the only way I would even consider that is if they specifically reached out to me and were like saying, we want you for this job. Hello? You can use it as a stepping stone, blah, blah, blah. Which, as of yet, I haven't had that. Which is kind of good, because I would hate to be even tempted to do it. It really is a crap job that I would not enjoy. Some people will. Time is not a luxury we have. Glee console. With each passing hour, the Scourge's hold on Tirisfal Glades grows more firm.
Your actions struck a telling blow against the Scourge, and your victory will not go unnoticed. Not by the Forsaken, nor by our enemies. Continue the struggle as we all do, adventurer, and one day we will drive the Lich King himself from Azeroth.
This one's a little better because it gives a strength buff, but I can't use it for like 5 levels.
Our time.
Whereas this staff would be a straight up buff right now, an overall DPS increase 15.3, as opposed to, yeah, so it is. Now I'm gonna lose armor 16.5 compared to 24. So I'm going to be taking 9% more physical damage and losing the 4 block now. I don't know what 4 block does. I'm pretty sure not very much. But also now I've got to worry about getting getting my staff level up. Alright, so now we're walking to Silverpine. We've basically finished the zone. So we just completed the Family Crypt. Awesome. So the Family Crypt is done. It is the... I can take this off. It's the penultimate. It's the strongest one, but as far as like the way that we're traveling, it's just easier to do Silverpine last, because there's nothing that like organically takes us out there. There are tons of breadcrumbs to Silverpine. This is just one of them. Alrighty, so I mean we could fight some mobs on the way, but that was what we put that off. That was about 20 minutes. So that's why I didn't, and we're still not done. So altogether this is gonna be around 25 minutes. So I would have had to add about 25 minutes onto our episode last night. And then if we also added on the picking up the quests for Ragefire Chasm, it would have just been like almost a 2, we would have been adding another 20 minutes on top of it. Like, this is going to be a little bit of a short episode, but that would have been crazy long. But I still should have done this yesterday. So we'll do the dungeon tomorrow. And Rage of Fire Chasm is not a long one, not a stressful one. That's a fun little dungeon to do. I like doing it. It's also one it's the only one of only 2 dungeons we won't do with both characters. So that's another piece. It's half the work. Stockades being the other one, but that one will be pretty significantly later. And on this show, I think we got right up to Razorfen Crawl. I don't even remember if we were fully doing Razorfen Crawl. We were in that vicinity, wrapping up Shadowfang, wrapping up Scarlet Monastery, maybe starting Razorfen Crawl. I did that off camera. I just don't remember if I had done it on camera. So when I get to be about that level, which in this time I'm going to do Razorfen Crawl before that on this run. That's when. Now on the way, could we pick these up? Yeah, but actually, these lost. It's better to go down there first because some of these are like a breadcrumb back up there, which I think you end up smashing if you don't do it. So this guy is a human. What's he doing? Going up to Tirisfal. Maybe Scarlet Monastery. He's only level 20 though. I am excited though for the busy season to be over. I do look forward to getting back on our art books. And just really getting the time to put in. I hope I get some work from home time. I'm not sure. I'm really torn. I just don't know. I'm torn because my 2 options are going to be I'll have a very open next couple months where, like normal, I can follow this crunch time month with like a month of work from home, and then I usually save my vacation up. I'm trying to enter. I was just talking about this with this other guy I work with, the IT head of IT at the job, and he's him and I were talking about the 400 Club is what I think it's called. But it's basically if you save up 400 hours of vacation time, then you enter use it or lose it. Anything above 400, I guess, caps out every year. And I have like, I don't know how that works for me. It might be different for IT. They might have a different thing because I don't know, but I know for sick leave saved up, I have like 350 hours or something because I never take a day off work. I never. Just doesn't happen. And if I do, it's very planned because I can also, like, if I feel sick, I can just huddle up in my office, tell everyone I'm sick, and work on my computer. So I'm trying to think if I've even taken a day in the past year. I can't maybe for my like anniversary or something like that. That's possible. It's possible. I think maybe I did. Maybe took a couple days there. I don't know. But he's like, I want to get to that club. And I would like to be in that club too, because then you're like, I think because then you get to cash that out if you ever retire or leave. If you're vested, I'm vested, so if I were to ever leave. Now I don't think you get full. He said, I thought you only got like 40% cash on the dollar, but he said he thinks it's like 80%. Who knows? This is such boring talk, but this is what you get when my brain is exhausted. Well, hell, let's face it. You get this a lot of the times with me. It's what happens when all I do is work for a couple days. Actually, let's see what they say. The Dark Lady has put the challenge forth. Now it is up to the Royal Apothecary Society to develop a new plague. We shall bring Arthas and his wretched army to their knees.
Goodbye.
What business do you have with me, Shaman? Did we read these? We can't, they're sealed.
Ah, how good of Apothecary Johann to send his research. With so many new developments here in Silverpine, I nearly forgot about the findings coming out of Lordaeron and Tirisfal Glades. Which reminds me, I need to get those samples off to the necropolis soon. But you must excuse my rambling. Extend your stay in Silverpine, adventurer. We could use an able-bodied adventurer like you around here. Arthas.
We don't want Recipe for Death yet, just because we're not doing this zone for a while, but that's good. So we've 100%, we did it. Silverpine, whatever, delivered to Silverpine is complete. We have finished another zone in the pipe, 5x5. They probably picked the one up way up there, yeah. Tirisfal Glades is done. We have finished, not only that, we finished every single tier 1 zone. We are legit. I don't remember if we learned our level 16 powers here.
And you. Greetings.
We can connect that. That's great. So let's find that out.
You'll not find fast.
Let's go to Thunder Bluff. I truly don't. I don't think we did. So I think we've got some leveling up to do. That's cool. I like to have the shield. I like to have the offhand. I like to have a single hand. So let's go. We need to do two things. We need to go to Spirit Rise to get those. To get Serpent Bloom. Oh no, Serpent Bloom's Wailing Cavern. So we need to go to the Elder Rise. So we're going to go to Elder Rise to get those 2 quests for Ragefire Chasm. And I can't remember if that's where the Shaman is or not. If not, otherwise, we might have to go to Spirit Rise for that. I don't really care about the leveling up of jobs right now. I haven't done enough. I only have a few leather. That wasn't really a leather-rich zone. I mean, it was okay, but the undead are not known for their extensive leatherworking skills. Although maybe Nathanos did. I mean, he seems like that kind of guy, but kind of. I mean, sure, the Rangers, like, they've got some of it. Alright, so Raharo, who is Magatha Grim Totem's servant, he's the person that has the quests for us.
Well met, adventurer. You may speak to me unless you have direct business with my mistress Magatha. I deal with most of her tasks for her so she can concentrate on more important matters. Perhaps there are some things we could discuss before you seek audience with her.
Okay, searching for the lost satchel.
The Trogs are not the only thing that interested Magatha in Ragefire Chasm. She has heard word that one of her servants, a Moor Grim Totem, found something peculiar while in the chasm, but he never made it out to show her what. She'd like Maur's body found, if it still exists, and any signs of what he found while attempting to speak to the Trogs. Return to Magatha any items of interest, and I'm sure she would be very generous in her reward. Again, seek the chasm in the darkest areas of Orgrimmar.
Okay, so that's one thing.
Go in peace. Beneath the city of Orgrimmar, stout creatures known as Trogs started coming to the surface from deep below the lava-filled tunnels. In her ever-benevolence, Magatha sought to make peace with the creatures, but they turned on her
in her benevolence,
killing them. She will not allow such treatment of the Tauren people, and now consider the creatures a threat to all of the Horde. She asks that you put an end to this Trog threat before it overwhelms the Horde from below. Find Ragefire Chasm and destroy them all.
Alright, so basically, Magatha in her benevolence saw the Trogs bursting up underneath Orgrimmar attacking Thrall, and sent emissaries to try to team up with them out of the goodness of her heart. But they killed even her, so then she's like, well, screw these guys. Then we've got nothing to gain from them. We might as well endear ourselves to Thrall. And the person that was in there, someone also found something unique or something interesting. We don't know what it is, but was killed. So we also want to retrieve this unique, interesting item found in the satchel. Dang it. This is the druid one. I thought it might have been. So that means that the other one is shaman. So that's... So from the Undercity, Varamathras and his demon folk say there is some... In Ragefire Chasm, there are denizens of the Legion, but they don't deserve the power that they have. And the Banshee Queen wants that power. The Searing Blade are an example of, like, basically people she considers beneath them. So, or, like, she basically considers them dope. Burning Blade, Searing Blade, we're not really into your vibe. So, we want your powerful tools, in this case, spellbooks. The Tauren, you also have Magatha, who try to befriend the trolls and explore what's going on, but then quickly realize they can't handle it, and the trogs, I mean, not the trolls, and the trogs are there to, you can't reason with them. They suck, so, well, let's kill them, and you can bring me back the interesting thing that they found. So, and the rest of the Tauren don't really seem to particularly care what's going on with that whole thing. So that's two pieces of our life here.
What? The spirits have guided you to me. How may I be of service?
Okay, so no elemental. There, yes. So we do get to upgrade Lightning Shield. It's going to give me 29. So that's a pretty big upgrade on the Lightning Shield. More than double. Love it. Care about the mana cost difference.
The spirits have guided you to me. How may I be of service?
And Rockbiter Weapon also gets upgraded with 88 melee power from 79, so just a pinch.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
That's not the best upgrade, but it is, hey, something's better than nothing. 9
the
extra.
The spirits have guided you to me. How may I be of
service?
service?
And then we get some healing upgrade, which I love. Oh no, all we get is Cure Poison. So we don't actually get any better freaking healing. That's already healing wave rank 3. It does that little bit of damage. Alright, so now we can also at least if we can't heal any other thing, we can at least eliminate poisons. So that was not the most exciting level. Our buffs went up, and we gained a Cure Poison. I mean, we do use those buffs all the time, so this is basically like a passive increase to stuff, but not the coolest level. Yeah, and we have 4 more levels, not 5 more, but we have 3 more levels of crit chance increasing with Thundering Strikes, and then on the 4th we will gain that. We'll gain the ability to use two-handed axes and maces, which is really going to open up our offensive weapon capabilities, which I like. Now, we do kind of want... This is a good example of when we will probably, like, deviate between our healer gear versus our non-healer gear.
When mounted on the back of a Wind Rider, one sees that its reputation for strength and speed is well earned.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're going to fly to Orgrimmar now. We're getting near the end. We're going to train our Hearthstone to be in Orgrimmar. When we're there. And then we're going to pick up good quests. There are 2 quests still for us to pick up in Orgrimmar. So, the Hidden Enemies, Thrall did want us to finish that quest line. He gives us a quest, which we'll find out. And then right out in front of it, there is a quest called Slaying the Beast. And that's where we'll log for next time. So we have grab our Hearthstone, pick up 2 quests, and we have, after we land in Orgrimmar, it's not the farthest flight away. And that, I mean, that'll kind of give us a wrap on what the rest, not trolls. So the trolls really aren't involved in this because they're kind of up underneath the heels of the orcs. This is too close to home. And they really don't have the strength. They just, honestly, they don't really give them as strong of a homeland or backstory as Nomergon has a whole land. These trolls are considered just a faction of trolls, and they kind of have the island that they came from, the Echo Isles, which look big, but they're really not. So I do like how in Cataclysm they really flesh that out, give them their own homeland, as well as opening up Nomergon some for the gnomes. There is a lot I like about Cataclysm, and I'm not like trying to poo-poo on it. I just like the fact I like having the ability to have access to all of these other servers, but unfortunately we don't. I mean, it'd be cool if we did. I don't know what Blizzard's plan is, because they're releasing these classics at a rate of maybe more than once every 2 years, but at the slowest every 2 years. What's your goal? Like I've heard other people say, like, at some point are we gonna have Shadowlands Classic? And what's the point of that? You know, the cool thing about the classic stuff is to get to see the world, to see the world, the talents, the leveling curve, the story, the leadership within each faction, all as though that expansion was just going on. Like, for instance, with Mists of Pandaria, really cool, but it just absolutely wreaked havoc on Uldum. BFA wreaked havoc on Uldum and the Valley of Eternal Blossoms. So for years it made big chunks of it unplayable. They finally have fixed, like, as an achievement hunter, you may not have noticed this if you're not really into it, but as someone that has tried to get like every single Mists of Pandaria achievement, for instance, it literally for years made certain achievements impossible to get, and that caused me no amount of ire. Not no amount of ire, let me rephrase that. An endless amount of ire. Like, I shouldn't have to spend literal years checking forums and testing, like once a week testing every time there was an update or patch, testing to see did they finally fix it, which they did. But if that's the case, I just don't understand. I won't. You gotta. It's kind of like, think about it like this. Think about the business model of Disney. Okay, so I think everyone would agree Disney is a extremely successful company, regardless of how you feel about their, politics or ethics. This is not what this is about. It's in terms of a successful business. They have a humongous fan base. People that love Disney love the company Disney. I might like shows on HBO Max. Like, I might love Game of Thrones. I don't care about HBO. Never once in my life have I had the desire to put an HBO bumper sticker on my car. But Disney has that. They get them when they're young with movies. They buy, sometimes at exorbitant costs, brands. Then they treat those brands with care and invest tons of money into them, even if in the short term it's a loss. And then they operate a theme park, multiple theme parks. We'll listen to Thrall before I finish my rant.
All members of the Horde are equal in my eyes, adventurer. We have all suffered many burdens, and if it were not for wisdom and honor, then we would be no better than the Scourge or my people, while our blood was tainted by the demon Manaroth.
Okay.
It is your duty to aid the Horde and to defend our way of life.
It's not even what he's
But
saying.
it is also your duty to know when quarter and compassion should be given to friend and foe alike. Understand this well. This is the new Horde, not some demon-spawned army who lack free will.
Leaders of the Searing Blade. This concerns me most. If they are the ones of value to Niru, then those are who we must target first. This satyr, Basilan and the other Niru mentioned, what was he? A warlock? Must be slain. Return to the Cleft of Shadow and enter Ragefire Chasm, adventurer. Find these two leaders of the Searing Blade and kill them. But be careful not to let Niru know it was you who did this. You must retain your identity as one of his sisters in arms.
Okay, so this is very straightforward. What's the lore here? It's not big picture at all, it's small picture. The Searing Blade believes that they have infiltrated Orgrimmar, and in a way they have, but we have the advantage because they don't know we're on to them. So use that advantage to go in there and, without blowing your cover, kill their leaders. I forgot to get the Hearthstone, so we need to go do that. Alright, back to the rant before we pick up our last quest. Okay, there is a point to all this and how it ties into World of Warcraft, by the way. So then you... What else does Disney do? They have all these theme parks. These theme parks are massive as an adult. Okay, they're a little bit of pain, but even some of them I like, you know. There's some parts of it I like. I don't like hate it. I just don't. I'm not chomping at the bits to go spend the money to go there. But anyway, the theme parks consistently operate in the red. Even though you're spending so much money, you know, $200 for a ticket and parking and blah, blah, blah. And it seems like the prices are exorbitant. You're paying $25 for, a crappy burger when you're there. It doesn't matter. Even with all that, because of all the rides and licensing and all this stuff, they are operating heavily in the red. They lose, whatever, $1 million a day, or I don't know how much it is. It's been a while since I've researched this, but
Blood and thunder.
they're losing money. The point is,
If we are to make these new
here's
lands
how you
ours,
should do
then we
this.
must have places to rest our battle-weary bodies.
In case
Lay
you didn't
your axe by the
know
fire
this,
and share the stories
when
of
you
your
set
mighty
your
battles.
Hearthstone, the space and facing that you set your Hearthstone at is where you'll Hearthstone in. So now we will always start outside facing out. I like that. But they do it because you create loyalty. People have an experience when they go to Disney World. Kids have an experience that they remember forever. And even if they grow old enough that they move beyond it, some little part. I know so many people that are just die-hard Disney fans. They put it on their car, they love, and then you've got a customer for life. And if a customer that will turn the other cheek if you make something that's kind of crappy, or if you make a political statement that they don't quite believe with, they will freaking ignore it because they're a customer for life. Because you've made some endeavors that operate at a loss, because they see the big picture. In the long run, it'll lead to more money because you'll have more loyal fans. World of Warcraft, do the same thing. Pay one dude to run one burning Crusade server. Give up the $60,000, $70,000 a year, which is nothing, to keep a server alive that has 10,000 people on it or whatever. And just let that ride. Because you'll be establishing a reputation that they do what the fan base wants. It's freaking worth it.
Strength. Listen closely to what you are told, and do not quickly trust or distrust.
Okay, I'm
For
off
even
my
friends
soapbox.
serve their own ends, adventurer.
If I worked there,
Our
that's what I
great
would
war
do.
chief knows this, and to prove that there are warlocks within the Horde who do not wish to destroy it from within or gain control over it, I have volunteered to aid
But he's
our
lying,
leader
Nero.
in
You're a
any way I
liar.
can. The primary task set upon me by our great war chief is to root out the creatures responsible for infesting our Lord's great city with demonic influence. The Burning Blade is one threat, but there are others.
The Searing Blade, for instance, who make their home in Ragefire Chasm, secretly attempting to subvert innocent members of the Horde. If they are to be stopped, then their leader must be slain. A Felguard named Taragamon, the Hungerer. Kill him and his heart will appease Thrall, of this I'm sure.
Alright, so this is a whole other thing. This is the quest you can get with no prereqs, without him thinking you're a lieutenant. This is the lore of saying, hi, this is what the warlocks are now. We promise we're good. Some of us are good. And there's a thing called the Searing Blade. They're bad. Go kill them, and this is their leader. And they're not giving you the leader. And this is what, you know, when you do the hidden enemies thing, he's like, yeah, we just keep sending them at these demons because it helps our image, and it really doesn't matter because the people they're killing are not really important. So you kind of have like 4 different storylines going on here leading into the lore of Ragefire Chasm, which is cool. That's why dungeons are cool, because the lore is awesome about them. Alright, so we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. You have my eternal gratitude for tuning in yet again to hear me talk about my boring old life and rant about my own dumb opinions. Thanks, everybody. I will see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft.